multi-exclusive dimensional being Kyle with another exclusive. Today's video is going to be about Sun and Cancer, which is basically how we all going to be playing out these energies, which is the Sun, which is the physical representation, which is the masculine. And of course, we got the Sun and Cancer, so that's basically dealing with cardinal water. So that's starting to initiate and creating feelings and emotions. And of course, the Moon, which is our mother, which is our macabre, which brings us to manifestations, is in Aquarius, which is fixed air. That's thinking the communication logic, left brain. You know what I'm saying? Also, this is pretty much scientifically on a pursuit where we all gonna feel the need to basically detach from one another, have our own way of analyzing the details on our own, and pretty much initiating and creating our own uniqueness into our pursuits and our day-to-day process. So of course we're gonna have restless energy. We're gonna be able to feel the need to basically break from emotional ties and emotional attachments. We're gonna be pretty much all in our mind and shit, thinking out of the box, thinking out of the gutter, and not getting too much lost into the emotion. So it's a good time to utilize that energy, and of course everybody gonna be on their practical shit too, but in a way of logicalness. Also, we got the void, of course, which is our mother, which is the moon, which is not pretty much on the surface, which is somewhere fucking sucking and pretty much hiding and pretty much bringing down, as it rained earlier, some manifestation to existence. So never get mad when it rains, because it could be raining down $1,000,000 your way. Also, we got Mercury in Cancer. So that's basically dealing with intellect, thinking, and communication. And of course, you're gonna feel the need to bring up past experiences, and you're gonna have psychic awareness when you come to your communications, when you interact with the world. Feel me? So this is pretty much what we're gonna be pushing out. Which we always be pushing out emotions when it's dealing with Cancer. Venus and Gemini, so that's love, beauty, circumstances, situations, and business. And Venus is basically cardinal, love, beauty, money, materialistic natures. And of course, Gemini is adaptable, mutable in his own way. So we're gonna be channeling those energies. And also Mars is in Aries. So that's new ways of energies, new ways of pursuits, new ways of starting, initiating, and creating our fiery pursuits, our fiery goals and emotions. Also, we got Jupiter and Capricorn, so that's basically dealing with population, expansion, luck, expansion, and of course that's dealing with ambition. So we're gonna be feeling the need to basically expand our ambition and perceive all our knowledge and wisdom and put it into practicality and utilize it. So of course, when these things does hit surface, we'll be able to rise above anything and basically get to our pursuits. Also, we got Saturn back in Capricorn. It's not in Aquarius no more, so that's dealing with limitations, restrictions, structures, responsibilities, and duties that we need to take care of on a day-to-day basis. And we play out these energies, and everything will flow into our favor. You know what I'm saying? Also, we got Uranus and Taurus, so that's dealing with revolutionary changes and practicality and basically home and security. And we're going to be feeling the need to basically utilize these energies in our own pursuit way, so we can get from point A to point B to point C, the promised land. Also, we got Neptune and Pisces, so that's imagination, spirituality, dreams, and illusion, fantasies, and shit that we're going to be utilizing on a day-to-day basis. We got to utilize this for our own needs and not be pushing it towards the news and politics and politicians and bullshit like that. For me, utilize your own imagination so you can go far and not go far into somebody's ass, somebody's imagination, somebody's buttock. You don't want to get caught up into nobody's bullshit, or you're going to get shitted out in their world and not in your world. Also, we got Pluto and Capricorn, so that's putting death and rebirth and transformation and changes into like new structures, new way of utilizing our governmental pursuits. And don't let the government utilize their Pluto on your Capricorn, they're gonna kill you and put you in a circumstance situation. Your ass gonna be wanting to feel the need to get out of it quickly as possible. We got Chiron and Aries, wound healing and self-love, and pretty much fiery in a fiery way, self-love, self-care, getting your ass in the mirror and motivating your own self. We got North Node and Gemini, so basically that's dealing with changes. North Node is basically what we need to focus on to get from point A to point B to point C. So that's pretty much experiments and enlightenments and experiences with other people, places, and things. Ascendant is an Aquarius as inventions, demanding our own need of space and our own intellectual pursuits. Also, let's break down these. Also, we got Midhaven Sagittarius, that's being optimistic, that's being progressive, and that's having freedom freedom of the mind, freedom of the joy, freedom of expansion and growth and travel. That's also dealing with spirituality, because you got to be free in order for you to travel. If your ass clogged, how you going to move? Also, let's break down these energies in the sky, which we're going to be dealing with. So, Moon trine Venus. So, there's basically opportunities and connections to basically have love natures that binds and with people, places, and things. So, the Moon is a good trine right now to utilize that in our own way. And the Moon is square Uranus, so that's learning emotionals, insights, mood swings, and that's been dealing with the feelings, emotions, to feel the need to express these in our own way and utilize this in our own uniqueness. We're going to have learning experience with that too, because, it's kind of like a 50-50 thing, but we got to learn how to utilize it in our own half and half balanceable ways. And we got Moon, Sex, Chiron, so that's rehealing, spiritual cleanse. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you do a spiritual bath and shit. Take care of yourself. We got Mercury square Mars, so that's dealing with thinking and communication. And we're going to have to feel the need to learn how to force our harmony and our impulsiveness, the way we talk and think, and the way we act out. We're going to pretty much learn how to do this before we act out on these natures, or opposing energies can take place. And a whole lot of shit can take place. A lot of possessions. Also, we got Venus, Sex, Chiron, so that's dealing with partner healing. And that's dealing with love. That's dealing with people coming together and digging up like hidden traumas and hidden shit that we don't be talking about, as far as what we need to express some more. Or you had a problem in the past, you need to basically dig deeper and get it out. Jupiter conjunct Pluto, so that's dealing with expansion, growth, money, abundance. And if it's in conjunct with Pluto, that's dealing with desires and shit. So we're gonna feel the need to utilize this to get rid of unwanted energies and unwanted possessions, and take care of our responsibilities in some way, shape, or form. Sun sextile with Uranus, so we're gonna be able to think out the box and feel free to basically utilize that in our own way, because that's a sextile. That's an opportunity to basically do that. And if you ain't take care of this opportunity, you're gonna fall short. And we got Sun trine Neptune, so it's basically dealing with a clarity, spiritual space, spiritual native. So that's two waters coming together to create more water to bring down to existence, because you need water to bring everything into existence. That's why it rains and pours. Also, we got Sun square Chiron, so that's dealing with learn how to build and bury past traumas. And we got Moon sextile Mars, so that's dealing with aggressiveness ways and good natures and good feelings, emotions of getting things done in our own way of logic and headstrongness. Also, we got Mercury sextile Uranus, has inventive ideas, coming up with scientific ideas, coming up with good ideas. You might come up with an idea. You might be able to come up with the idea of your phone being able to call somebody in 30 minutes or some shit. This is just something that I utilize because that's something that I experienced, an idea that I came up to mind earlier. Mercury squared Chiron, so that's retrograde, thinking about the past and deep hidden trauma issues that we should not be thinking about, and focusing on the future, not the past. Venus sextile Mars, so this money, love, and it's basically good passion and desire to feel the need to basically take stride for that and make good business deals today. And don't pass that up. Mars conjunct Chiron, so that's dealing with fighting the path. Mars conjunct Chiron, that's dealing with fighting the muscle in the pain, muscle through the pain, muscle through anything that try to come in your way. Jupiter sextile Neptune, so that's basically receiving information from our higher self, and that's believing in our higher self to push out anything to clear out our space and get us to the highest level. Neptune sextile Pluto, so that's basically dealing with being able to see through the illusion and create our own new ways of believing in ourselves and believing in our new higher power, and basically putting a definite into anything that pretty much held us in trash, traumas, guilt, and also pain and suffering and sorrow. Also, we got Sun conjunct Mercury, so that's dealing with love, negotiations, coming together, having barbecues, having dinners, and having talks and shit like that. For me, it's a good time to utilize that energy. We also got Sun opposing Jupiter, so that's basically, if the Sun is basically in Cancer and if it's opposing Jupiter, so we're going to have to feel the need to basically deal with being free, and being free of feelings, emotions, and basically being free of being optimistic in our own way of expansion and growth, and basically being opened up to people that's gonna basically help us out or get us to where we need to get them. So the universe works in mysterious ways. So never know how these energies play out. Sun opposing Pluto, that's possible conflicts that we might come across. So make sure your emotions and tensions is good for me, because being that that's the Aquarius is exalting Pluto, and they don't really like being in that house, so it can play out in the natures of alienated space. So be careful with that. Also Moon conjunct Saturn, so that's dealing with as Moon conjunct Saturn, that's dealing with limitations and restrictions and boundaries and acquaintances and groupings and coming together and having social humanitarian skills, so which we can utilize. Venus trine Saturn, so that's love, strength, and building, and that's growth right there. So you're gonna feel the need to express your love in your own structure, in your own unique, manageable way and partnership way. For me, that's coming together and helping out one another, being here for one another. Also, we got Jupiter conjunct Saturn, so that's expanding growth and construction and rebuilding and regrowth right there on things that we need to push forward into to get from point A to point C faster. Also, we got Saturn conjunct Pluto, that's using your reconstruction and your transformation to put into all desires that don't serve you no purpose. And that's basically pushing forward into what we need to basically utilize ourselves for. And pretty much now when we get into the houses, this is also dealing with how we handle our houses in our own unique way and our own pursuits to get us through these obstacles that we face on a day-to-day basis and these changes that we go through. Now if you got 11th house in the first house, that's dealing with reacting to and responding to new pursuits and being free to express yourself in your own unique manners. So be free and feel the need to do this without having any doubts or any setbacks. And so make sure you finish this. So you're gonna be receiving a whole lot of responsibility. So utilize this and make sure you get it done. Now, if you're in the second house, this is dealing with solving problems whether you're at work or with your personal self. And this is being able to think freely and think outside of the box. So you're gonna feel the need to do that and take care of your circumstances, situations, and responsibilities. And when we get into third house, this is basically having weird thinking, weird communication around your surroundings and shit. And basically being a head step forward. People gonna feel the need. You're gonna be feeling weird and basically being a know-it-all. Also, when you're in the fourth house, this is not belonging. It's not being alone. This is not getting along. And this is basically alienated. So you might have conflicts in your home and shit, especially if you don't get the need to feel free. So be careful, be aware, and try to be focused and not try to get into no harmful energies. The fifth house is dealing with unique talents and development, which you can utilize to get you from point A to point B to point C. So basically, get on center stage and express your uniqueness in your own alienated way. Also, sixth house is basically having ground and practicality and caring for people, places, and things. Or this thing might flip over depending on how you react to responders and shit. Seventh house, I don't like being here, so this basically you're gonna find a need to feel balance between your partners, or this can become a divorce issue. So be careful and be aware of that. You don't want to have that going on. So try to like be able to have a clear space and make sure you play some music and have balance with yourself. Also, eighth house is freedom and expression, emotional deep fulfillment that you need to utilize in order for you to basically express yourself and not get into any pursuits or conflicts. Also, ninth house, you're going to feel the need to be able to travel in your own unique individual way and have thinking in your own thinking and beliefs. So basically, utilize this, but be very careful and stuff, because some people might get into debates with you and you might get into debates with people, so you know how that goes. Also, 10th house is dealing with knowledge, structure, seriousness, and reward. So this house is pretty much can also deal with some karma issues that you did in the past. So be careful, be aware how you handle others and treat others and talk to others. 11th house is dealing with independent freedom and space and analyzing it, people, places, and things, whether you're friends or family. So you're going to feel the need to detach and get away from people and just be in your own space, in your own secluded space. That's what us Aquarius do when we need our time for ourselves and shit. So, of course, utilize that, but, of course, be real with people so they won't feel the need you might be trying to break away from them. Also, 12th house is dealing with fear of commitments in closed closets. So, basically, test the waters and make sure these people work out to your favor. If they do, cool. If not, then, Don't be so quick to judge, but don't be so quick to jump the bullet. And that's how I pretty much play out. I love y'all.